Greetings, friends and fellow rebels, and welcome to the woods. Today, I want to address those with the spiritual gift of manifesting, and in particular, those who delight in rescuing and fixing situations, which I think is wonderful. But before you get carried away with your abilities, which I am sure are becoming increasingly more powerful as we move into the age of Aquarius, there's one thing that manifestors who like to fix problems run up against, and that's overextension, especially in chaotic times as we are now experiencing, especially in chaotic times where there's limited resources and spotty ability to get what's required, whether that be material, whether that be money, whether that be manpower, whatever it is. When you fall short of being able to gather together what you need, the desire for those with spiritual gifts is to slap a patch on it, okay? To put the energy forward, okay, we're going to, let's say, the dishwasher's not working. Let's say you have a highly spiritual environment and there are people in it who do not discipline themselves, and your highly spiritual environment will manifest things very quickly when a strong desire, a lot of emotion is put out there that there's a problem. And let's say you have a teenage girl who doesn't want to do the dishes. She doesn't want to load and unload the dishwasher because that's tedious. So she puts out there that I don't want to unload and load this dishwasher anymore. And the powerful energy of a household that has a higher vibratory rate picks up on this very strong, emotional, powerful, focused, very clear, unambiguous desire, and the dishwasher breaks. Now, did that accomplish what the teenage girl was hoping to accomplish? No, but some of us don't put a lot of thought into what we wish for or manifest. So those of us who were the movers and shakers who built the energy up that allowed this to happen, it's our responsibility to fix the problem. So is it easier to call a repair person to come and fix the dishwasher, or perhaps get a new dishwasher? Or can you just go in there and slap a patch on it, attune to the spirit of the dishwasher, attune to the mechanics of it, the totality of it, its existence, and throw a little bit of energy in there of, you're fine, you're working. It's not a problem. There's no problem with you. You're functioning perfectly. And see if you can get the appliance to come around. People do it with cars. People do it with computers. It's a matter of finessing the reality a little bit until it's where it needs to be, and the dishwasher works again. Is that taking more or less energy than calling a repair person? Well, if you don't have the money for a repair person, being able to slap that patch on there, being able to heal something, human, appliance, vehicle, whatever it is, with your spiritual gifts, it's helpful. But if you do too much of that, okay, today I'm fixing the dishwasher, tomorrow I'm fixing the car, the day after I'm fixing the computer, you put more and more energy out. The difficulty with that situation is, unless you handle the underlying problem unless you can truly fix what you slapped a patch on, unless you can get that teenage girl out of the mix so she's not constantly putting negative energy into doing the dishes, the problem will reoccur. You have to keep putting energy into it, and keep putting energy to it, and keep putting energy into it. And after a while, it becomes too much. You see people do that when they negotiate between friends or coworkers, and they keep having to put energy into it. Especially if you have a vampire come along who likes to stir the pot and make trouble, because they get a lot more energy off of negative emotions than positive ones. There are people who attune to different levels, and what feeds them best is the level that they're on. And if they can't get up here, then they're going to want to make people angry and upset because this is their level of feed. If you keep putting energy out and putting energy out and putting energy out, eventually you will suffer. First, it will be your environment, your finances, your health, your relationships, your productivity, your ability to be successful, because you'll be spending it all on maintenance. So think about that when you go about your manifesting. Now that you're more powerful, now that you're able to see all the wonderful things you can do, be thoughtful about how you use that energy. You may need that energy for an emergency later. So fix the problems when they show up. You have a sacred space, you have a household that has a high vibratory energy, you have a disgruntled person, fix the problem and make them responsible. Make them responsible for fixing the problem on a mundane and a spiritual level. Because if you're going to share a space with someone who has that kind of attitude, you will run into problems over and over and over. Find a new space to live, or boundary your environment, or learn to ward your computers, your vehicle, your phone, your dishwasher, so that when difficult people come around those things, they don't cause a problem. Now, just one little hint on that. Electronics are way more sensitive than the mechanical. So maybe you need to buy a dishwasher that is more mechanical than electronic. That might help solve the problem. Something to think about, and welcome to the woods.